About 7 years ago, not long before my husband died, he was placed in long-term care. He'd been suffering with chronic illness for a number of years, and I realized that when he went to long-term care, my family's income was going to follow him. Due to his illness, we were living on social assistance for about 20 years. I was a full-time caregiver and homeschooled my 5 kids, and even though we were part of a church community, most people just didn't know how to help us or what to do to help us. My name is Lynn. I'm one half of the staff at Bedford House Community Ministry, and we're here today to talk to you about Bridging Teams project, one that we're really excited about. So my pastor suggested that I call together some middle-class people that I trusted, and they came together with me, and we put a big sheet of paper out on the table and began to dream about the possibilities. They asked me, what are you good at? What do you love to do? What do you need to do? What are the barriers for you? And as we thought about the different things that I could do, I realized that I could actually end up doing something I love to do and get paid for it. It was such an awesome concept. That first support circle was followed by other support circles as I took this journey toward a community-based minister and social activist. And eventually the last support circle that was surrounding me became the board for Bedford House Community Ministry.
I'm Allan Smith-Reeve, co-host at Bedford House and facilitator of Bridging Teams. In the fall of 2014, just as the vision for Bedford House was coming into focus, Lynn and I were invited to attend an all-day workshop organized by Peterborough's Public Health and the city's Social Service Department.
At the Bridges Out of Poverty workshop, it was like all these light bulbs started going off for me, and suddenly the things made sense that I was a person with all this experience in poverty, and so I had a way of looking at the world through this poverty lens. And now I found myself in this middle-class world, married into a middle-class family, and I just found that all so weird. But once I was at the Bridges of Poverty workshop, then it helped me understand and frame the differences and realize at some level it was cultural differences I was dealing with. It just made everything make so much more sense to me.
So at this workshop, we were presented with the Bridges Out of Poverty framework. It was a framework being implemented in all kinds of creative ways in over 370 communities across North America. And for both of us, something just clicked when we got this concept.
So the city of Peterborough is running programs for low-income folks called Getting Ahead and Just Getting By World, where low-income people are doing a lot of hard work around understanding the differences between poverty and middle class, and doing a lot of self-reflection work.
So over the next couple of years, we began building relationships with social service agencies, churches, social activists, doing our homework, researching who was doing what. We wanted to make sure that this program would fill a gap and not duplicate any of the current services. And we found an important niche that we could fill with Bridging Teams.
Low-income folks are the real poverty experts. And in our Bridging Teams, we gather 10 middle-class mentors to surround 5 poverty experts who are making their journey to cross the bridge out of poverty.
So for me, I saw a way of using the Bridges Out of Poverty framework as a way of bringing together diverse groups of people from different walks of life, and to fight poverty, yes, but also to find a common ground where we could build stronger networks, stronger neighborhoods, stronger communities where we could share together.
The new relationships formed in these bridging teams provide the poverty experts or low-income participants a whole new web of social relationships to help them pursue their goals.
In Canada, we're all familiar hearing about poverty as a lack of funds, lack of affordable housing, access to food. But Bridges Out of Poverty takes a more holistic look at it and identifies 11 essential resources that everyone needs for a stable lifestyle. So, sure, money is one of those 11 resources, but it includes mental health, spiritual health, physical health, and just general good health. It also includes like your social network, access to positive role models, access to social support system, access to supports that help you stay on track and maintain resilience, access to people who can offer referrals of your trustworthiness and reliability. So there's a holistic approach that addresses a whole person. And that's what Bridging Teams focuses on. How do we develop? All of us have strengths and weaknesses in each of those 11 resources. So in the Bridging Team, we identify who has strengths and who has weaknesses, and how can we work together to provide that stable lifestyle that we're all looking for. Bedford House invites you to get involved in 3 meaningful ways. Learn more, share resources, and help us grow the network. So invite us to come and talk to your church or community group about the concept and about what's working in Bridging Teams. Donate. Each Bridging Team costs about $8,400 to run for a year. But more than financial donations, you might want to share a meal or a series of meals. We meet together every week. Help us out with childcare. There's a lot of ways you might volunteer to help. And then finally, help us to grow the network. We're looking for mentors, people who are willing to guide others, listen, ask good questions, and open up your own social network to these poverty experts who are working hard to stabilize their lives right here in Peterborough. If you're as excited about this concept as we are, one way to help would be to share this post, help to spread the word on social media.